Hey, what is up you guys? It is Cyberforce and welcome back to another episode of Boom Beach, and today we are back with the Task Force Tour. This is the tour in which we go through all of the stages. We've done the majority of the stages already and we're down to the last few of them in Boom Beach. Yesterday we took on Operation Foxtrot, and you guys already saw in the episode we managed to take down two of the Task Force bases, or at least the power cells core or whatever, and these are the rewards that we got because of that. So we got to pick diamonds or wood or stone, and I actually want to be going for stone because later on in the game stone is actually a resource that is hard to come by. So as you guys can see, this is Foxtrot, and today what we're going to be doing is Operation Stronghold. So here we go. Today we got 6 power cores. 6 power cores. That is actually really insane. That is one more of yesterday. This is actually the maximum amount of power cores that you can have in Boom Beach, and we're gonna see how well we're going to be going ahead and do this. If you guys by any chance want to be helping out the task force, send an invitation or apply by using the task force stack. We got 2 requirements. The first requirement is actually to have at least 300 medals, and the second requirement is to do an attack daily and at least listen to the task force, because you know we're always trying to take down the base as efficiently as we can. And if you want to help us out for the last few operations all the way up to that end, you're very welcome to join us, because we'll have a cleanup phase after this. So first off, we got Gambit. We're gonna see what this one's gonna be all about. Gambit is actually an interesting base because you see all of those lines with defenses, right? I think that's pretty cool as a base. It also allows us to actually attack the base from one side rather than the entire base. I don't even know what I said, but I don't think it makes a lot of sense. You got a lot of mortars in the middle and at the left side. I kind of feel that we are going to be attacking from the left side, if anything. And it's going to be pretty interesting. So if you are in the middle, you are under attack by both of the sniper towers, so you gotta really pick a side here. And I think we're gonna be going with the far left side on this one. This base doesn't really seem all that hard. We are dealing with a shock launcher, but it doesn't really get into range when you're taking a look at the Zuka at the end, with Heavy Zuka actually taking down the base just like that. 225% building health, brings you at a little bit over 500,000, so that's crazy. Then we got XL. Do we got a tree? Do we got a tree? And yes, we do. At the left side we got a tree, because XL is known to give us trees. And look at the rocket launches on this one. This is actually going to be pretty tough to take out. I'm not entirely sure how we're going to be going ahead doing this one, but this is definitely going to be a challenge. As you guys can see, we're talking about so many rocket launches spread through the entirety of the base, so that's definitely something to take into consideration here. But as you guys can see, also flamethrowers near the power core as well. And a good variation of buildings, I must say. Then we're going to be moving on to the next one. The next one is going to be Paradox. I really like Paradox as a base, because Paradox actually one of those bases you can actually take out, and you got different ways of doing that. Obviously on Paradox, as you already know, it is best to attack from the left side there, because you can just basically take the back out just like that. But as you guys can see, you do gotta take all of these rocket launches into consideration. Now you can obviously avoid them, but still be careful around there, because some of the rocket launches that we're having this time around are actually reaching throughout the almost the middle side here, so you gotta be careful down there. You got a few of these shock launches over there. They're not really like something you need to worry about, but definitely take out these rocket launcher with like tanks or Heavy Zuka or something like that, or maybe even warriors. Then we're going to be moving on to the next one. The next one is going to be Ballast, or Ballast, or Ballast. I think it's Ballast, I'm not sure. This one is going to be pretty packed. The density of the defenses is pretty packed. As you guys can see, 3x3 on boom cannons. They're all maxed out. They all have a ton of health. Look at the health that they got additionally on top of what they already have. We're talking about a 504% building health masterpiece. Brings the power core at almost 1 million HP. So that is going to be one hell of a job to take out. But I think it's not going to be impossible. I'm really curious to see what we're going to be focusing on this task force attack. But as you guys can see, you got all of these rocket launches over here. They're going to be doing a lot of damage as well. As a matter of fact, they're going to be doing 172% more than they usually do. And that is like 171 damage per second. That is really, that's absurd. That's just absurd. And then we got another base, Waterloo. or Waterloo. I'm not sure. Waterloo or Waterloo. It really depends on where you're living, how you pronounce this one. But this is a base that's located all the way in the back here. The power core is actually very strategically placed, because you gotta go through all of these defenses, and all of those mines there too are gonna be such a pain to get through. But if anything, if you want to be taking out this base very efficiently, either go to the far left side, because at the far left side you only have a couple of mines, and just drop like 1 or 2 barrage in order to clear all of these out and then take this out with warriors. That is definitely a possibility. Or go by the far right side, and that's over here. You got like 3 layers of mines here, here, and here. And then make your way all the way up to these power cells, and then yeah, it's quite a detour. But yeah, you don't want to be attacking this base head on, because it's going to be practically impossible to take down this base. And then the last base is going to be the Titanic with level 127. It's going to be a massive defensive cluster of buildings. And look at this. This is absolutely insane. This is like one of these bases. If I actually see a base like this going down, I'll be so proud of my task force. And after this task force tour, I will be returning to Redemption. And it seems that we actually managed to take down a couple of really awesome task force operations. So I'm really excited to actually bring you guys content for that as well. But right now, Titanic here, we're talking about a 625% building health, above a plus 1 million on top of what it already has. I'm pretty sure we're not going to be going ahead and taking that one down. So that being said, I'm going to give the signal. Let's go. And I really have no idea. You guys can just go ahead and decide what we're going to be attacking. But let's see what the people are actually saying. So reverse start the attack. This is insane. We're never going to beat this, obviously, because we're showing you guys the task force attack. So if you're joining in, if you plan on joining in, you know, you got to be taking into consideration that we're only doing this for fun. We're only doing this for fun, to show off the attacks, to see what the base is gonna look like, because, you know, it's always fun to see what you cannot defeat, right? So right now, Agu is actually taking his chance on Gambit, and I'm curious to know how he's going to be doing this. So he's running with the warriors, which is a very nice way to go around doing this. And this is going to be interesting, because he's going to the left side here, actually dropping the smoke. He walked over a few mines here and there, makes his way up to the mortar. And is he going to be taking out the mortar? It seems like he is, judging from the way that he's not moving around. Drop that shock, very nice shock. Onto the mortars and onto the sniper towers. Then makes his way up to the second one a little bit too early. That's going to be troublesome, because the artillery that he just drops are not really going to be doing anything. So drops another artillery, doesn't really do anything. Because especially around these stages, it is pretty hard to actually take down what you want to be taking now. So this attack was not successful in the slightest. So right now, Toxics is trying his chance here to see how well he's going to be doing with his units. So I'm really curious to know what kind of troop combination he's going to be using on this attack over here on Gambit. So as you guys can see, he is actually dropping the barrage onto the mortar. Will it go down? Will it go down? Yes, it does. Then there's another mortar over here. I'm not entirely sure if he's going to be attacking it randomly. He's actually going to go with the Rifleman and Zuka strategy. And there's medkits over here as well. So this is actually a pretty interesting strategy, because it allows you to do a ton of damage in a relatively short amount of time. It's known to be one of the most powerful troop combinations, if anything. And the only downside to this troop combination is obviously, like, if a mortar or a rocket launcher starts firing away on it, you actually use a lot of troops very rapidly. But other than that, look at the amount of damage they're doing onto these power cells, and he doesn't even really need to worry about the sniper tower. If we lose like a like one rifleman or one Zuka, nothing's really wrong there. You should have probably preserved that shock bomb for the mortars over there at the left side. So let's see what's going to be happening there. He keeps them shocked. That is definitely, like, not something that I would advise. Like, it's actually, these are the mortars that you need to take into consideration. Right now, as you guys can see, just one mortar takes out, like, literally a lot of these units over here. And as you guys can see, Tox having a very efficient attack there. He kind of drops the shock bomb a little bit late, and he's getting attacked from the right side as well. Be careful there, because the other mortars are also starting to firing away onto these riflemen. And as you guys can see, he's kind of like attacking the left hand side very nicely. There's only two defenses left on each row over there. But as you guys can see, there isn't much he can do. There isn't a lot of energy that he has left in order to take out this base. So as you guys can see over here, there's just 2 mortars left, 1 sniper tower, and of course at the right side you got all of these mortars over there as well. Makes his way up to, I suppose, the checkpoint. The medics are pretty much useless in this run, and as you guys can see, that was about it. That was the attack from Toxics. Very nice attack indeed. I must give you some props for that, buddy. So we're just gonna scout around to see what we can see over here, and I might even, you know, give this one a little chance here, or a little whirl to attack this one. And the thing is, I'm not entirely sure if I can make it up to this shock launcher. That's going to be my main issue, I suppose. So let's see what people are saying. Over 1 million health. Actually go up to the top there. The shock launcher and Gambit is leaving me a funny feeling. You know what? If it's giving you a funny feeling, let's just, you know, try to see if we can take that bad boy out. You know, that would be a lot of fun. Actually, the objective is take out the shock launcher. So what we're going to be doing is advanced tactics here, because we don't got enough energy to make it up there, right? So the way we're going to be going ahead and do this is actually dropping the warriors just like that and flaring them to the left hand side, so that way they can actually make it up there and they don't get attacked by the machine guns. I kind of hope they don't, because if they do, we are in for some trouble. Let's do a correctional flare just in case, because obviously, you know, everything is going to be attacking. Right now, let's just go ahead, drop the shock there on those 3 buildings. I also want to be keeping those shocked over there. Then we are going to make our way towards the cannon by dropping 2 smokes over there, making our way up there. And then we got to be careful here, because we got a flamethrower to worry about as well. And another smoke arrive in time. Yes, it did. Awesome. Okay, so we made it up there and we don't got a lot of energy left. So what we want to be doing essentially is actually dropping some medkits. So that's what we did. We dropped a lot of medkits, actually taking out the... Go to the left if you can, or spread out or anything. Oh, this is gonna be tricky. I won't be in the ability to take it out. But mission accomplished. We actually took out the shock bomb. So he did a great job there. So I hope your funny feeling is right now gone. Because, you know, that's the way to rumble. Okay. So let's see. Adele. That's your name. Go ahead now. The funny feeling. Should be. I cannot spell. Gone now. So I'm really curious to know who's going to be the next one to attack, because just as Agus says, only 2 or 3 more attacks and the base is going to be down, because he said, like, you know, a shock launcher in Gambit is giving me a funny feeling. So I was like, you know, if we just take that one out, maybe he has the courage to actually go ahead and attack. So what I'm going to be doing, make a little jump cut to the point where he's actually going to be attacking. Oh, wow. These mortars are doing a ton of damage on our tank. That's really crazy. Jesse did manage to take out the sniper tower. Now I'm really curious to know what he's going to be doing, because the cannons is just a one-hit guaranteed KO. That is kind of unnecessary. There's no need to actually do that. Look at this. Just one hit. Look at this. Boom. There. It's gone. Literally minimum amount of damage there. You know, using tanks here is not the best idea. I would personally use Rifleman here. If you got like Rifleman or something like that, you can actually go ahead and take it down. The issue, however, are these mortars. And these mortars are doing a ton of damage. They're actually taking away like 1/5 or 1/6 of the damage here, or 1/4 even. Just look at them go. And it's gonna be a surprise to me if he actually manages to take out this mortar here in the middle, because look at the amount of damage that the units are getting. Oh, it's going to be a close call. Is he going to be making it? One more shot? Is he going to be making it? He's not going to be making it. He actually died. And wow, these mortars are just absolutely devastating. I don't know why you're doing this. Boom, boom, boom. There you go. At least you got rid of some mines, you know. At least you got rid of some mines. That was a pretty nice attempt from Jesse. Okay, so right now Pegboard is going in for the charge there, because I basically said if you want to be taking out the cannons, you want to be using those riflemen. So This is gonna be tricky. Obviously, you got some mortars over here, and if you just keep in shock like this, there are no problems here whatsoever, because the rifleman will just outrun them. Now, be careful here of that flamethrower. Very nicely done down there. Look at the force that is still alive. Those cannons practically cannot really do anything there. So your task over here is actually to take us out. Ooh, that is a close call down there. So as you guys can see, he's just gonna go for the kill, and this is going to be a guaranteed win for Pegboard there. Very, very nice choice of attack there. And as you guys can see, the cannons, you know, they are not able to do anything. So that is going to be Gambit being gone. So what we're going to be doing, as always, after this one, I'm just going to wait until there's like in the morning, like in the morning from my side. Right now it's like afternoon, so after like 18 hours or something like that, I'm going to be picking up the base again and show you guys like the little highlights of this entire task force operation. Won't be too long, but at least I want to show you guys our progression and stuff like that, and so on and so forth. And there you go. That is Gambit. Very nicely done, backed on. Very, very nice attack with the rifleman. So there you go. We took 5, we actually needed only 5 attacks in order to take down Gambit, but I'm really curious to know how much attacks we're going to be needing for the remaining of these task force operations. So that being said, I'll meet you guys in a little bit. So, Operation Stronghold has come to an end, and I'm actually gonna cover with you guys what happened in these attacks. And I need to show you guys, we also took out Gambit, we also took out Paradox. So I think we did a nice job there. We took out 2 of the bases, nothing too fancy, but we were pretty clumsy on Paradox, and I'm gonna show you guys why. So we're starting off with Caleb Halim, actually taking out a few of the essential buildings, I must say. So let's just go ahead and watch how he goes ahead and does this. Now, I need you to take very careful note here. Make sure that you just drop an artillery onto that mine over there, because the mine is doing splash damage. You're going to be losing a ton of Zuka if you don't do that. So that is my first tip to you guys right there. And it's not really doing a lot of damage, but it's doing enough damage to take care of the Zuka, because Zukas are very fragile. Also, just, you know, I would personally have taken out the sniper tower here, but he most likely wanted to just go for the rocket launcher there. But you can just go ahead and do that with warriors, really. That is one way to take care of that one as well. It seems that he's going to be able to take care of this rocket launcher over here, which is a nice thing. So he actually took it out. Then from here on out, let's just see what he's going to be doing there. Also takes out the sniper tower, and that basically is his attack. He's going to make himself useful by dropping a few artilleries or a few barrages at the right side, and also taking care of the power cells, which is an obstacle when you're trying to flare and so on and so forth. It's going to be an obstacle, so it's very nice that Caleb is actually, you know, taking the effort here to take out all of these power cells, because that's going to prove as very helpful, I suppose. Gonna prove is very, very helpful. And actually takes out the last power cell over there. So we got free room to actually take out the sniper tower and the cannon. So this is a very nice attack from Caleb. And let's move on to the next one. The next one was from Sam. Took out 1 building. And I'm curious to know which one it is. So let's move on to Mobo. And I think the building he took out is this rocket launcher over here. So very nice attack indeed from Sam. So let's just see what Momo is going to be doing right now. So no more mines to take into consideration. And not in range. I thought he would be in range, but oh yeah, only that heavy is in range, but is doing a ton of damage. Look at this. 3 sniper hits and a heavy is going to be gone. So that already shows how much damage these guys are doing. It is absolutely insane. Takes out the sniper tower. Okay, gets like a few hits from that rocket launcher over there. And then, what are you going to be doing? It's actually pretty interesting to see. Don't tell me you're going to be going for all of these power cells. Because that would be a mistake, considering the fact that you're under siege by... Okay, now you're going the right way. Actually making your way up to the rocket launchers. Drop a correctional flare, so that way you can actually make it up to those rocket launchers over there. Be careful for those mortars. Oh, you actually lost quite a few because of the mortars. And as you guys can see, he's not going to be making it because he's getting so much damage from just everything, basically. He did manage to do a lot of damage onto the power cell and onto the rocket launcher, but it isn't quite enough. So, still an overall pretty nice attack. Yeah, if you've been a little bit more careful with your shock bombs, Momo, you would have been able to take it out. But that's gonna be okay. We have Meister Eater here with the warriors actually getting 3 force points, and I'm really curious to know what he actually managed to take out. So let's just make our way up here. I kind of think that I know what he's already going for the rocket launchers and the power cell, I think. So, yeah, there you go. Exactly what I thought. He actually took out the essential buildings right there. So, that is also very nice to see that he managed to take those out. Then, I think it gets a little bit boring after that. So, let's just see. Roby, nothing done. JT actually taking out, I think, power cells. I cannot confirm, but by the looks of it, let's actually go ahead and watch this. Level 10 tanks. Those are pretty high level. So, I'm really curious to know how you went on ahead and did this. Okay, look at them going. Look at the medics. They're like frog jumping. They're like frog jumping. It's fun. It's so funny to see. Ooh, this might be interesting. This might be a really interesting attack. Okay, sniper towers. No, this is way more interesting than I thought it was gonna be. And those tanks are really high level as well. So he's gonna be doing a ton of damage on these buildings over here, which is a very nice sight. Now make your way up there, taking out the machine guns, taking out the mortars. Very nice smoke over here to kind of make sure that the medics are still going to be healing up the tank. So first tank is finally taken out, but he's still going to be doing some sufficient damage. A lot of damage over here. As you guys can see, he's actually taking out the flamethrowers and the machine guns, and he took out the sniper towers too. This is a great attack from JT. I gotta give you some props for that, and I think he's gonna also take out the machine gun. I'm not entirely sure. It's going to be a matter of time. And yes, there you go. He took out the machine gun and actually makes his way up to the base. So that means that the way it looks right now, we should have free play when it comes down to taking out the base. But yet, we needed so many more attacks in order to take out the base. So I'm just going to go through a few of these attacks. So we left off with JT. Abel after here went with Grenadiers. And I actually do want to show you guys this, because this might be funny. I think he went with Grenadiers because of the range. So I'm not entirely sure how this is going to be affecting the attack. And that was a very nicely placed smoke. So he goes for all of these power cells. This is gonna take a while, because you know how Grenadiers are, right? Actually goes a little bit faster than I anticipated it would be. Kind of explains why surrounding buildings are also getting some damage as well. I think he's hoping to pick up a few of these mortars. He could have gone a little bit longer there, but you know, makes his way up to the base right now. And here's where it gets interesting. Okay, funny choice for a barrage there, but you made your way up to the base, and oh, that is deadly. That mortar is deadly. You want to be taking care of that mortar. Oh my god, you had enough energy to prevent that, bro. Why didn't you actually drop that down there? I suppose we cannot do anything about it right now. The mortar ceased with fire because it's out of range right now. So I'm curious to know. There's so many random damage being done here. It is just insane. Okay, so flamethrower is gone. Oh, yeah, medics are even gone. Okay, so as you guys can see, the shock launchers are getting some damage from the Grenadiers, which is just a really funny sight to see. So that is also an efficient way to go around doing this. So I would definitely use only Grenadiers on this attack. It was a very nice attack, if anything, from Adel. Shasha goes with just only Rifleman, and let's actually see. Yeah, let's actually go ahead and watch this. Sorry, I got something in my eye. I need to take care of that for a quick second while you guys see the animation going. Okay, that's fixed. So Shasha, I think he's gonna go for the massive kill down here. Actually, hopefully taking out the power core. But the problem is, I'm kind of fearing for the worst here. Because of the range of the shock launchers and the range of the rocket launchers, I kind of feel that I'm able to confirm my feeling here. Also the mortars. The mortars are going to play an essential role here. I wouldn't be confident enough with the Rifleman to actually go go out of my way to actually try to take care of the power core. I mean, it is the strongest strategy out there, but you gotta be knowing the range. So you gotta be scouting in advance, and otherwise you're going to be getting results like this. So I'm pretty sure that Shasha was like, ah, snap, I didn't make it up there. But yeah, let's just go ahead and watch. Matsuko actually sabotaged 3 buildings, and I just need to see for a quick second what buildings he sabotaged. So seems like he sabotaged a sniper tower, a cannon, and what else? What else did he sabotage? Rocket launcher over here, so that was very nice. Tinko didn't really do anything down there. And I think we're not far away from destroying the base right now. We got Tinko, EA Games, Matsuko actually taking out 1 building only. And so far after this is only doing damage onto the HQ, I feel like. So let's just watch the attack of VZ Kami. And I think he's gonna make his way up to the base. Let's just wait until he does. And there you go, he's up to the base. But his heavies are kinda getting fired on pretty badly. They are not able to do anything. And then I think we realized we need to take care of the shock launchers as well. We took care of one of them, but we also need to take care of the rest of them. So let's just go to some of the last attacks out there. Paradox. We didn't do anything here. I think it's a matter of actually doing damage on the HQ. Kyle took out 2 buildings. This is interesting to know. And yeah, let's actually go to MJ Sofik to see what is going on here. Yeah, the rocket launchers are gone. I think it's free play right now to make your way up there. But I think, I'm not entirely sure if I can confirm this, but I think that some of the units are still getting fired on by, like, for example, a mortar or something like that. But let's just confirm that right now, because usually when you have heavy Zuka at the ending of a base, it shouldn't be taking that long to take out the base, right? Because yeah, you have nothing in your way to stop you, so probably you're getting fired on or something like that, if anything. So let's already know. Rocket launcher starts firing, and then yeah, unfortunately, you know, it is the mortars being big pests for the Zuka. And I've already mentioned in my videos, like many times and plenty of times, that Zukas are huge pests when it comes down to attacking bases and so on and so forth. And then in the end, Mess is actually taking out the base with just gunboat energy, because as you guys can see, there's no line left. So let's just watch the fireworks of barrages, and boom, boom, there you go. Took out the Paradox. Paradox was more tricky than we thought it was. I thought it was going to be pretty easy to take this one out, but it seems that it took us way more energy and effort in order to take it down, and that's why we only managed to take out 1 base extra on top of Gambit. So that is going to be concluding this episode of the Task Force Tour. Next operation is going to be Chokeborn. Make sure you guys are on the lookout for that. I don't want to spoil too much, so you guys will be seeing that in the next episode. But as always, make sure that if you guys like this video, to boom, give it a thumbs up. And that being said, this has been Reversal for Boom Beach. I'm gonna be signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next one.